Back this week, y'all. Episode 25. I try. No, I will. I can. I ain't trying. I'm doing it. And we're going to get in this week. We're going to go over a little bit of artwork and go back in time a little bit and see how I was thinking, how I was feeling, what I was doing, and how I was expressing myself at those times and how it translated to better things in the future. Episode 20 of this channel, you're going to get basically everything I've drew in the last 20 years. And the reason I'm doing this is because when I moved, I have a lot of art. Put all the art up in my studio and just started looking at it. Remember, I work all the time. I also create art, which means most of my life, my creation and my art was secondary. And it's done for that reason because I can remember back to junior high school. I drew, I'm going to find it. It's buried somewhere. Way back in the 80s, I drew two guys like this, like tutting, doing the pop tut, and I wrote something special. Also at that time, I drew another picture that was simplicity. This is in 8th grade. And so my first 20 years of me creating my art and stuff, because I got in trouble constantly, wherever I was, my stuff would disappear. And I thought I was tripping because I'd be like, man, I did that. But the games that's played on you, you'd be like, oh no, well, maybe not. But the reality of it is, yes, definitely. And so I'm gonna lay this out, and this is actually for me because I really never paid attention to it. I create stuff every 4 minutes. So I don't really trip off that stuff. But then once I got sober and I was no longer consuming alcohol, I started to value my art, my creativity, and my artistic expression, because art imitates life. I don't care what nobody says. If you're a creator, this is the whole reason why they created the AI. So I just want to say that you should continue to draw. Use the AI tool as an enhancement, but what they're really trying to do is take that element. That way they can actually control the art world, people's creativity and things of that nature. So I thought this week on 25 that this would be important. I try, which means you will, you can, not I tried. Everything shouldn't be you're trying. Because hard work, dedication, and forward movement is actually going to get you there. So the trying part is nothing about but effort. And you should realize that when you're doing anything. And have some patience, because I did with this. I had to decode my own artwork. And you say, well, no, I had to decode my own artwork because I remember when I was younger, I used to draw. I make clothes, like I have a clothing thing, and I would make this stuff and show up, and people would automatically start taking pictures. Just take pictures. I said, hey, oh no, I'm gonna show my guys I would have did this, and that, and I was thinking to myself, but they kept doing this stuff over the years. I'm like, well, why are you doing that? Oh, I want to say, you want to do what? And so I was like starting to realize, man, what's really going on? What's really going on? So that's what this episode's about. I try, I will, I can, and how creativity and art should stay in your life. Don't let AI discourage you because you see all of these superimposed made images and stuff. You got to think, why would they ever do that? Why would they try to take the paintbrush or the pencil or the pen away from real artists? And why I express myself through my art the best. And I needed to go back into it to understand my mindset and how I was thinking. So I try really should be I will, I can. And this is 20 years old. Can. And at the top of it up there, it says stay in school. Suppose we got me at the top, see up there right there, got her over there. And then over here, we got you, right? This is school. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is my initial feeling. And then, way over there in the corner, what you got to lose, I'm on a bench, look like I'm smoking something. And going down the middle, it says high expectations, opportunity, and do whatever high school. Now, why would I write do whatever high school? That means the high school I was going to, I had absolutely no kind of interest in being there. That's what that tells me. And I do this because I'm an artist. New people on this channel, I do this so you can get to know me, understand why I do this, what this is about. It's always about it's always about evolving. It's always about finding solutions to some issues other than emotional responses or trigger type, warning type stuff where a person just explodes because they can. And also on here, I have the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. 20 years ago, starting my journey, finding out who I was, going in that direction I need to go in, putting bricks together, stones, whatever you want to call them. And I started getting into some literature, and through the literature comes the creation, because then it makes me create, and then I do art. And then also down here, it says, it's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. And I carried a lot of weight. High expectations. But what kind of expectations are those? Because it starts in high school. It just does. It starts in high school. So I missed that boat. I missed that boat because I didn't graduate when I was supposed to. And I didn't stay in school. And you got to think all this time later, you think you can put stuff together and put it together fast. This is a journey for me. This is how long it took. And I had to be consistent every year, every month, every day, all the way up till now. And it doesn't stop until whenever I do whatever. But I will and I can. The trying stuff is over with. So I go back into this, check it out. See how my mindset is. See how I was thinking, how I was, how I was moving at that time. And here's another one, about 20 years old. And it says encouragement, support, guidance, success, progress, culture. You are somebody, possibilities, don't outsmart your common sense. And then over here on the wall, we have hard work without talent is a shame, but talent without hard work is a tragedy. And you know who that's from. So like I said, I've been doing this for many years. Didn't really understand, because I just create the source that's within my work. Later on, I'm going to get into something very interesting connected to hip hop. I'm going to get into that. I was going to do it today, but I was like, I had already been working on this during the week as far as, what I was going to say and how I was going to present it. But this is just one piece. We're going to get into another piece. All right, so we're going to get into some more artwork. Before I do that, shout out to my mom, because back in the days, I think 1980, I was 12, 11 or 12, she tried to give me a comic strip, in a newspaper syndicate, and they were like, no. Well, shout out to her. Appreciate that. 2006, waiting on the world to change. Take care of your world. You can't understand the system when you're standing at a distance. And you know what that is. That's John Mayer. But I just want to show you 2006. Oh, we heading in the right direction. Seems like some things are changing. And then also, around that same time period, just to give you some perspective, it's going to be this one back here. I got that blurred out. It's F the Drama, right? On there I have High Times, Choose Your Words, Fantastic Communication. And I always stress that communication, being clear and concise, make sure the person understands you, how you layer it down, what you do. On the other side, I got Successful, and then also Technologists. Technologists. Now, what was I thinking about? I don't know. Anyway, Technologists. And then, and see, here's how my mind works with things. Even though all of that, we seem like we got some positive and negative stuff. Then at the bottom, it says Strange Enough. Because human beings. See, now that's what I would use now. 20 years ago, Strange Enough. And then on the other side, it's Trust No One. Too much affection. And whatever that's about, I know what the Trust No One is about, but the too much affection, have no clue. And I just like to share. I still draw. I'll show some of my paintings. I got some oil paintings. I think all of that's a part of life. I grew up in dance, music, art. So when you say an artist, truly an artist, not just a painter, but a person that can do anything. Like I could take wood, I can sculpt wood, I can take clay, I can mess with clay, whatever it is. I will show some of my landscaping that I have done. But this week I was trying to keep it light. I wasn't going to always just, talk about those kind of words, depression, anxiety, and all of these things, because this is how I got out a lot of my stuff through my artwork. And it kind of played out that way. And so I started paying attention to it after I got sober, and then making sure that I kept this stuff, because in the past, I'd get in trouble. So you got to think, the first 20 years of me creating and drawing is gone. It disappeared. Somebody has it, people have it. I get in trouble. Hey, where's my? Hey, I don't know, whatever. And that was a whole cycle of thing the whole time, because I continued to create. And I didn't realize that was kind of a distraction. It was definitely a distraction. Creating some kind of environment or way to make you not even value your own stuff. And I'm speaking for me, because if I would have, for the first 20 years or whatever, and not just take, because people get, oh, that's a hobby, or oh, that's, and that's not true. It's like, I don't know if I told you the same story about, when you're growing up and the girl, she makes the bracelets, right? And the bracelets are cute, and they go in elementary school, junior high school, they still rocking them, and then they try to slide into high school with them, and they're like, oh, that's some stuff from junior high. And through that mind programming, that girl quits making bracelets. But if she would have continued to do that even through high school, that is a business. It's a skill. She would have her own shop, whatever it is, bracelets. Right? But it's not encouraged like that. Oh, that's a hobby, or oh, that's something like that. So I wanted to conclude with that to say, no, it's not a hobby. It's your artistic expression. And if you really pay attention to it, it's going to tell you a lot. I try is I will, I can, I will, and I can. That's my word for the week. Not I try, or I'm doing it, or I'm trying to do it. No, I am doing it. I will do it. However much time it takes, it doesn't matter. Unless you have a specific time of day to do it. But I'm saying those kind of expectations you shouldn't put on yourself, especially when you're creating. So this is episode 25. I try, I can, I will. You're not trying anything. So I appreciate y'all hanging out. Till next time.